Warning: the following podcast show that you're about to listen to will include explicit language and content in which you, the members of the audience, may find offensive. Audience discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience.
Yeah, boy.
Where anything and everything is a subject matter on the show, and no subject matter is ever taboo.
Damn, that's what's up with you.
And now, your host with the most, Mr. Kim Hoang. Bro, am I getting paid for this?
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How in the world are you? This is your boy, Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, and we're here once again creating content in the kitchen that is the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience, coming at you live from the KU Dungeon over in Annapolis Junction, Maryland area. So that's not far from Jessup, which is not far from Baltimore. AKA that this place is actually called Kicked Up Fitness and National Business Parkway. So obviously, as always, while I'm here, quick shout out to the owner and proprietor of Kicked Up Fitness and National Business Parkway, Mr. Sean Queen, for just, the love and support that you give. The fact that you are facilitating a space where I can do my thing is incredible. And I love you, brother. I really do. Thank you for all that you do, and just supporting all the people that are with creative mediums and creative art. I mean, we definitely do appreciate that. I'm back in the saddle once again. I'm not gonna lie, your boy was out for a little while. I definitely suffered a technical knockout in the form of a cold and the flu, which happened literally just one day before Thanksgiving. And I do have to apologize to a lot of people, because a lot of people were wondering, what's happening to the podcast? Why aren't you doing something? Well, I was out for a while, and I think that the most important thing that I try to tell people is this: no matter what it is that you do in life, number one, it's going to require your health. And if you are not at 100% full capacity health-wise, whether if it's physical, mental, or emotional, you need to pause. You need to take a break. You need to recharge. You need to figure it out. And once you're back on track, and you know that you're back on track at a full 100% capacity, then you can go back into that, that rabbit hole and find out what happened. So that's what I was at. I'm not going to give you the gory details, other than the fact that, for those that suffer from colds and flus, you know what I'm talking about. For those that were lucky enough to not even get it so far, God bless you. I don't wish it upon you, because it sucks and it's not nice, so we're just going to leave it at that. So since that I'm back in the saddle again, this episode I'm really excited, because I'll give you a short story. And no BS. This is really what happened. I'm just kind of hanging out, and watching Netflix and just goofing off. And through instant messenger on social media, my guest, just kind of texts me out of the blue, and I'm just like, oh snap, what's going on, dude? And he just said flat out, like, man, I would really like to be on your podcast, because I have a story that I want to share with people, and as you being a fellow martial artist, I know that you would endorse it, and you would put it out there in the forefront. And I had no hesitation whatsoever to say, you know what, bring it on, because me as a podcaster, that's the type of guests that we like. Those that are willing to step up, to take the initiative, to contact you and say, yo, I want in. And I'm like, okay, who am I to say that I can't let you tell your side of the story and let you share your story with the world? Because it's got to be interesting. It's got to be good, that, we're both investing our time to make something happen in this episode today. And I'm really excited. This gentleman, I've known him for a little bit. I'm proud to call him a friend, and he's a good brother. He is a black belt in, Olympic style of Taekwondo. He has his own program out in the Baltimore, Maryland area. For those that are wondering, go like, well, what part of Baltimore? Like, Baltimore is Baltimore. Roseville, Maryland. He has his own program called the Primetime Club, which includes Taekwondo, which also includes Muay Thai kickboxing and regular boxing. So this man is literally like, a triple threat in different facets of, of warrior arts. And we're here today. He's here. I'm excited because, like as always, when I tell you guys, when I have a guest on here, it's cool because, the energy is different and you just have to hear it to believe it. So ladies and gentlemen, for the one time here over in the KU dungeon, I got my man Nathan Primetime Brown, aka Coach Brown. Coach Nate is in the building. Nate, what's going on, dog?
Hey, what's up, Kev? I'm happy to be here. It's an honor, pleasher, and privilege, man.
Yeah, dude, you look good.
Thank you, man. Same.
I just say it like this, the older that I get, I'm just hoping that I still have, that energy when I was like younger with the two in front of my age. So I feel like, every time that I'm waking up, I must be doing something right.
Yes, sir. We still here.
Yeah, we definitely are. Dude, it's been a hot minute because, I follow you on social media. It's like one time you're here in Maryland. Mm-hmm. You moved out to, I think, San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, sir.
And then you came back.
Yes.
What happened? Like, what's the deal?
So I was born and raised in Maryland.
Okay.
When I got married to my wife, she was still active duty in the Air Force. So even though she tried to get a transfer to California and Hawaii, they decided to give her Texas. So that's how we ended up in San Antonio. It was a good experience. I felt like I grew a lot out there, just being completely new. I honestly thought, me being ignorant, I was like, man, they still gonna have cowboys and horses when we get there.
No. No, man. You did not just say that.
I really thought, as I've never been out, I rarely go outside of Maryland unless I'm competing. So
right.
It was my first time in Texas. It was hot.
I've heard that. I've heard that. That's real talk.
Different heat, but vibe-wise, very friendly. That Southern hospitality is real.
Okay.
I miss the food. It's some good people. I definitely had a good time down there.
No doubt. Well, I mean, again, it is great to actually see you in the flesh. There's so many people that, in my lifetime right now, it's like, if I can just see that person again, that would definitely make my day. And the fact that you're here, it's already like, I was already having a good moment today, but seeing you in the flesh, I'm like, man, we're good now.
Yes, sir.
We're good. Like, we in.
We out here.
Yeah, we out here, bro. Yeah, we sure are. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this started, starting in the genesis of things. I mean, you were born and raised in the Maryland state, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where, what town, what city?
Obviously, in the city, I was born at Mercy Hospital.
Okay.
But honestly, I was raised up in the county. So I went to school in Baltimore County. Started at Riverview Elementary. Mm-hmm. Stayed at Lansdowne. That would be the middle school.
Yeah. I know Lansdowne.
1 year at Lansdowne High School, my freshman year. So in that period of time, my father and I got into it a bit. I'm in that teenage stage. Mm-hmm. So he kicks me out. I'm living with my mom, and that's when I transferred over to Glen Burnie High because she was in the Anne Arundel County area.
Right. Okay.
So that's where I ended up graduating. No martial arts during that period. Actually, started when I was a little kid, but during the high school, nothing.
Nothing.
Trying to live my hoop dreams.
I feel you. So what was Nate like back in the day? Was he like a, popular kid? Was he a shy kid? Was he reserved? Did he like sports? Did he like, creative arts like theater and acting? I mean, what was he like?
Young Nate was interesting. One moment, he was, to answer your question, class clown. Absolutely class clown.
Okay, yeah.
Intelligent, just love to have a good time, love to make people laugh, that energy. Unfortunately, like my sophomore year, got into some knucklehead trouble in a serious fight that broke my jaw. So that's when I kind of stopped being as friendly and jokingly and started to get a little bit more serious. Just Honestly, I was just always watching my back because
Like you had like a tick on your shoulder.
Exactly. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. At what point, like, let's well, let me ask it like this. When did the martial arts strike you as like interest in terms of like when did you see it for the very first time?
Good question. So I actually started at Kim's Karate, the one in Glen Burnie.
No. Okay.
That was my start.
Okay.
My mom put me in there. I was looking for karate. Of course, they were teaching Taekwondo. So that's where it started. My dad was a big kung fu fan.
Yeah.
That's one good memory that I always keep of my dad. We would go to the Patapsco flea market, shop in those $5 kung fu cinemas.
Oh man.
And just watch tons of. I love the sound effects.
Yeah,
That is how it started.
Okay.
I wanted to be a Power Ranger.
Oh wow. Well, who's your favorite Power Ranger?
You know, it had to be the green one.
Oh, there you go. Yes, sir.
It had to be Tommy. Like, for me, when he took over the clique, like from the Red Ranger, I was like, oh, this man didn't come to play.
Yeah. I mean, he literally went from green to white to red, and later on, like other colors in the rainbow I didn't know existed. I'm like, wait, wasn't he like the Green Ranger though? Can we get him back to green?
He's now beige.
Yeah, he something, or topaz or the golden one. I don't know, but damn. To me, I always felt like he would always be the one Power Ranger, like for real. Like, if there was like, you had a Mount Rushmore of Power Rangers, he definitely took the first spot.
Legend.
Yeah, Jason David Frank, rest in peace, man.
Rest in power.
Yeah. So you started in Kim's Karate.
Yes,
and
sir.
And it was Taekwondo. Was that like the WTF style of Taekwondo, ITF? What was it?
It was WTF.
Okay.
I was coached and led by a man named Victor Batong. That was my very first Taekwondo coach. So he got me and my brother both up to about the yellow-orange belt level. But he saw our potential. He made sure we stayed practicing with the more advanced belt.
Right.
Took us to competitions after just 1 year of training. And yeah, honestly, the only reason why it stopped when I was a child, my dad, like I said, he had those hoop dreams for me, so he kind of wanted me staying. He didn't see the long term in martial arts. No one in my family did it. So we had a strong athletic background and more of your classic basketball and football. So
Okay.
my brother stopped going, so I was like, okay, I'm out too.
And you did football and basketball?
I did football and basketball more serious when I was in high school, and I immediately knew, this isn't for me.
Oh, I see. You basically was just doing it just because, like, it was like kind of placed on your lap, and you felt like, okay, I'm obligated to do this as of right now.
Right. I felt like I definitely be doing something athletic, so I was like, okay, everyone's always telling me about how my dad was really good in high school in basketball, expected him to turn pro before I came. So I was like, I'll carry on the legacy. So after I got cut from the basketball team, I was like,
Oops.
let's try football. Let's try
football. Okay. And when at that exact moment did you just knew, you know what, this is probably not going to be for me in the long term?
I honestly knew my 10th grade year just looking at the level of talent I was on. I did go to school with a couple dudes that took it farther. Division I football. One dude went in the NFL, Ezekiel Turner. Shout out to him.
Okay.
But even then, like, we're all friends, so I wasn't the worst, but I was looking at these other guys like, that's not me.
Right.
I don't got that.
Right. So when did you make the transition of coming back and, making the comeback to retrain in Taekwondo?
I'm so glad you asked that. I had a life-changing moment when I was at a university in Maryland, Eastern Shore.
Okay.
And ironically enough, I was supposed to be studying. I'm in the study hall with my roommates, And I just got on YouTube and randomly started, channel surfing. And I came across Olympic Taekwondo. And I was like, yo, I used to do that.
Right.
But, of course, I did it as a kid. I had no idea this was an Olympic sport.
Right.
So me and my roommates were just watching it for hours. They like, you used to do that? I'm like, man, looking around, I'm like, man, I'm about to get back into this. And I didn't know this was an Olympics. This was the best athletic thing I was good at, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. And when you decided to go back, I mean, where did you go to, actively train to say, you know what, I need to finish what I started, or at least get on the wagon to kind of go in that motion to go back.
So first, I have to tell you about my mother was extremely not disappointed. She was disappointed. We're not gonna lie.
Oh, no. Sorry, Mom. Love you.
It worked out. We'll get to that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, but please, keep going.
I made a bold decision to drop out of college at University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Okay.
My grades were fine. I just wanted to come home, and the first spot I looked into was where I started, Kim's Karate. And I had really a weird offer. I'm coming home, college kid, wasn't like I was making any money there. So my offer that I was giving was like, listen, I want to get back into Taekwondo. I don't have the funds to pay for the training. I'm willing to work at your location as long as I can get the training.
Right.
So Kim's Karate was like, no.
Damn.
The school in Baltimore, I can't remember the name, but I know the owner's CJ Chang, his Taekwondo school in Baltimore. That was
okay. Yeah, I know. CJ Chang. Yeah.
That was my second option. He was a little more nicer, but he still let me know. I was like, we don't really have the opportunity you're looking for at our location.
Right.
So third time's a charm. My mother told me, if this guy doesn't give you it, you're going to work and you're going back to school.
Right.
By the grace of God, I come by a man named Samuel Lee, who just opened up Hoang Martial Arts in Columbia, Maryland.
Yeah.
He says, come on through. I do one training session. I die. I take the rest of the week off. I come right back. I was catching 3 buses to get to his location in Columbia from where I was living at in Glen Burnie.
Good God.
But he saw the hustle and dedication. We started strong. I was helping him. He was showing me the ropes of learning the business.
Yep.
Definitely getting me in tip-top shape of Olympic Taekwondo. And we started taking off very quickly.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
What was it like, going through the ranks pre-black belt? Because, everybody has their journey. A lot of people said, it was quite the challenge. Some people thought it was like a piece of cake. Where did you find your journey? Like, did you think that it was a real smooth one, or did you definitely felt like there was definitely some obstacles that were in the way of your success?
Oh, man, there was obstacles, trials and tribulations. It was definitely a lot meant to, steer me off track.
Right.
As far as the up and through the rankings, it started hard. Like just to condition my body and my mind into, listen, this is a lifestyle. This is not, if you're going to do it at a certain level. Because at first I was just trying to get back into the flow of things, and then I seen Samuel's connected, was having like very elite level athletes come through. So once I seen like a whole new type of display of the sport, I was like, okay, we gotta cut out some bad habits. And, let's get real with this.
Yeah, no doubt. What do you think that was like? Did you feel like the forms and the poomsays were the hard part? Did you feel like the sparring was the hard part? Where did you feel like you were struggling a little bit?
I've to this day, I still struggle with my forms in Poomsae. I think it's just the patterns. I definitely get better at it, and I'm proud to say I still and will always continue to teach it. It always surprises people. They're like, oh, you teach Poomsae? I was like, yes.
I mean, that was part of the program.
Yes, I had to learn it. Share this knowledge. But the sparring was hard, too. I've had a lot of tough partners that definitely molded me and raised me up to the level that I'm at.
Right.
But that was the part that I enjoyed because I was able to apply, everything that I'm training and working on against a real person. So that's always my favorite form of exercise of it.
Let's talk about your tournament career.
Yes, sir.
Was it strictly Olympic Taekwondo based tournaments, or did you go to other like open martial art tournaments?
For majority, it was like 90 to 95% Olympic Taekwondo tournaments.
Okay.
I did a little, when it was available, I would do a little bit of point sparring with Mr. Felix's school. I visited him a good times. Felix Garcia.
Yeah.
So
okay.
we got to move around with them. That was before I started like learning anything to do with my hands. So I appreciated that because they were able to remind me like we do have hands. And not all Taekwondo defense is good for that situation.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay.
So,
Did you feel like when you competed that you were definitely in your element and you were winning like a lot, like first place and second place, or did you feel like okay, my results weren't good and I have to learn from those mistakes that I just made so that in the future competition I'll get better?
A little bit of both, honestly. I noticed like once I saw how dominant I was locally, like to this day I've never lost a state sanctioned qualifier. So I'm technically undefeated at states, even from about blue belt through brown belt. Sorry, excuse me.
No, you good, man. You good. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just a little bit of a technical difficulty on our part. We had an alarm that said, don't forget to, tune in later on tonight when John Cena officially retires at 8 p.m. on the television, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry about that, Nate. Go ahead and continue, my brother.
But yeah, so my fear, what I noticed was that I was losing the big ones. When it was time to come to nationals,
Okay.
that's when I would get the cold feet. That's when I would get nervous. And I kept telling myself it was because it was the electronics. Like at the state level, sometimes they will put us on the electronics. But if I'm home, I have my family and my crowd coming out, I'm always going to perform a little different.
Right.
When we got to nationals and like the best of the countries there, I just noticed like I was very conservative. I wasn't as aggressive as I could be or I should have been to take home what I do. My favorite story I tell people is that Sam took me to my first nationals. That was the only time I almost missed weight because it's new to me. I'm eating watermelon the whole ride up. He made sure I made that weight. We took a long drive down to Florida. But, I remember he asked me, he was like, "Hey man, how you feeling?" I said, "Man, I'm just blessed to be here. I'll be happy if I get third." And I took home third.
Okay.
Because that was the mentality that I had. Like,
Right.
I'll be happy if I. But looking back there, and as soon as we were done, he was like, "You could have won that whole thing, right?" And I was like, I probably should have led with that. Good times.
Yeah. No, they always say that when you compete, it actually, it opens you as a martial artist because, you're actually, not the big fish in the little pond. You're the little fish in the big pond, with a lot of other fish. And you're just trying to kind of see and navigate where you stand up, And they always say, it's good to compete because it actually makes you, test your knowledge.
Yes.
To see, how good your knowledge is and how well that you retained it and how well that you can use it in that type of application.
Completely agree.
Yeah. That said, when it was time when you found out and you got that notice that, hey, Nate, you're gonna test for black belt, the first degree black belt, how are you feeling about it? How did you find out? What was your feelings? And how did you prepare for such a monumental occasion?
So I got lucky. I'm not gonna say lucky. I'll say I earned it because it was our first nationals that Sam Lee had taken us to. He made us a deal. He said that if we were able to place, because we had a good 20, 30 in our division, so he let us know if we are able to place and we can do our poomse and our break, then we will receive our black belt. So me and my teammate at the time, we went down with 4. 2 of us placed. Myself and the lady, Miss Jessica Wilson, who's also ended up going off to the Air Force. Shout out to her. But she took home 3rd. I took home 3rd. So that was how her poomse was way better than mine. But after a couple takes, I was able to do that in Autobahn board break, and we were rewarded with the first black belts of his program.
Wow.
Very.
So it wasn't even like a formal exam. It was more like, hey, you do this and do this, and the reward will be waiting for you at the end of the tunnel.
That's true. I think he knew our strengths and what we were good at, and just wanted to let us know, like, because he could tell we were nervous. He was like, hey, let's meet in the middle here.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciated that.
Wow. When you actually got that, that first degree black belt, like, wrapped up around you, how were you feeling emotionally? Because obviously, everybody has the thing. Me, when I got that black belt, I nearly broke down and cried, man, like a baby. Because, I just thought to myself, there's no way like a knucklehead like myself that's as big as he is and out of shape just earned the big one,
We did it.
Yeah.
I was proud. I was very proud. To be honest, what was cooler to me than the black belt was the card, the Kukiwan card.
Oh yeah, the certificate and the card.
Yes, I felt really like. Don't get me wrong. I was waiting for the black belt, but I was like, man, just because the way Sam trained me, I had started fighting in the black belt division at purple belt.
Right.
So I knew it was going to come, but when I got that card, I was like, oh, this is official. This is not from this country. This is
right. Like the nation of South Korea gave me their approval.
I was like, yeah.
I'm in the matrix. I'm now plugged in.
I remember when it came in, because it took a while coming from Korea.
Right.
We were always bugging them like, hey, come in yet? And when it did come in, I was like, oh, can we go to Korea then? He was like, you know how much that is, man?
Yeah. That's a hot ticket right there. I'm talking about like lots of dollars. Round trip.
I was like, we'll just eat Korean.
Yeah. Just take me to the Korean barbecue spot.
Yeah,
we in there. And some K-pop music. We good.
I was with it.
I was with. Yeah. That's what's up. And you stuck with him throughout all this time, training with them at his school, until unfortunately, he had to shut it down.
Yes.
Now, how far did you get in Taekwondo with him? Was it just like the first degree, or did you get promoted higher than that?
So I did stop at first degree. I was really, really, really focused on making national team. I wanted that for myself, because that was kind of my way out to travel the world, I thought.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make him proud, because I know we didn't have any national team members, but I knew it was possible because of the people that I was beating and working with.
Right.
So I let him know, like, I was always teaching sidekick to him, helping coach the kids, but I was like, I don't want to focus on leveling up until I complete this goal, which he respected.
Right. Okay. And since that time, unfortunately, you guys don't really talk anymore.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, because I remember, because at one point you guys were really close, like brothers.
Yes.
And whenever I saw him, you were there, and I was like, oh, cool. He's there.
Rush hour.
Yeah. and now, unfortunately, that has disbanded. What happened?
We definitely parted ways. There was a lot of he say, she say going on in the dojang. There was some unfortunate allegations going on, and I just decided to part ways. So I'd actually left a little bit before the school had shut down, and I had started, took my program to a boxing gym in Columbia. But because it was so close and because we had no beef, I was always back and forth, like when he needed help. And because I'm running the program at the boxing gym by myself, so he had a nice little set of employees, so I wasn't going to leave him high and dry. So I saw he was set off, and I remember we had a conversation that he wanted me to take over Hoang one day. I said, no disrespect, but I kind of want to make my own
own program,
own legacy, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd be better. When I went to Texas, that's when I was getting communication from old students about some of the stuff that I'd already addressed before. I was like, nah, we're not going to do that. So that's when it like permanently disbanded. We haven't talked since I left from Texas.
Wow.
Yes.
Do you regret the fact that you and him disbanded in the way that you did? Did you feel like somehow internally wish that that we could still be cool and we can still hang out and so forth, or do you feel like at this point, well, it's definitely time for him to go his way and for me to go my way?
A little bit of both, honestly. I feel like everything does happen for a reason. I know that there's going to be respect between us, period, just for what we've done for each other.
Right.
How we've helped each other, learned from each other, grown together. I know he has a family of his own, and I have a family of his own. So as long as that just stays the priority, that's my main focus, because we're in a different times in our life now. Because life is short. If we ever do cross paths, Maryland is pretty small. We could try to talk it out. I wouldn't be like reaching out of my way to like, hey man, let's make up. Like, not that exactly.
But you wouldn't be opposed to it.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, no.
All right, that's what's up. So, that being said, let's leave that chapter.
Okay.
Let's start on the new chapter. Let's talk about the Primetime Club.
Yes.
I remember that at first, it started with Primetime Taekwondo.
Yes, sir.
And then next thing you know, I read into recently, I'm like, oh, he changed it up to the Primetime Club, where now it's like he's giving, coaching and instruction in not only Taekwondo, but boxing and Muay Thai kickboxing.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about this. I'm just like, whoa, how did it go from, point A to point Z? Because I'm just like, I'm happy to see that it evolved and it's like diversifying in different type of things.
Right.
I just didn't know, how it started and how it got to there.
So that Texas chapter is where I took off with that. Before I had left, one of my mentors, Greg Shepard, he had suggested that I get into some boxing. So I was like, I've been thinking about it, I don't really like getting hit in the face. We'll talk about it. Even before then, I will say that my other mentor, Kwame Ritter, did try to get me into boxing because that's whose gym I was in teaching my Taekwondo.
Okay.
Shout out to him. So he actually showed me how to make an LLC and all of that. So he's a very good dude to have in my life. But these guys were killers, man. They would be ripping at the bag or like demolishing their sparring partner, and that's the first thing they say to me, like, hey man, you should do this. Like, I'm good actually. I'm fine in my gear. I got my headgear. We're like, that looks dangerous.
Right.
As I like grew up a bit, once I got to Texas, I'm like studying the technique as much as I would Taekwondo, and I'm like, a Hujin will work there, a Chanjin will work there. I'm like, this is very doable. So I started at a gym by my house in Texas. It was called Horsepower horsepower boxing ran by Edward Miller.
Okay.
It was a very cool gym. His son ended up going to Golden Gloves. I'm sorry, there's 2 people that won the Golden Gloves, which is kind of a big deal in Texas because it's huge. It's a very big place. So I work with a heavyweight named D'Anthony Hunt. We were also roommates. He helped me out a great deal just on basics that sped me up a lot. And it was a lot of good work in that gym. That's where I made my amateur boxing debut from that gym.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did you, how many amateur fights did you have in boxing?
I did one, actually. I did one amateur boxing fight. I wish I could tell you the result, because in my USA Boxing book that they have, they said that I lost. It was a good fight. Me and the guy both gave each other an 8 count. Mm-hmm. And after that, I was that year that I did that fight, I kept switching combat sports. It was very comfortable for me. I think that year I fought the CJ Nicholas in Olympic Taekwondo in Colorado. Mm-hmm. Right after that was when I did the amateur boxing debut. Right after that, I did my first kickboxing fight.
Ooh.
So this was all of what. It was a really good year for me. So I was like, man.
So you did Muay Thai in the same time frame as you did boxing?
Yes, amateur, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How did you find Muay Thai?
Muay Thai. So I did kickboxing first. I did one amateur Muay Thai fight. Mm-hmm. Very different. As far as I'll say the training was scarier than the fight, as it should be. But
right, of course, yeah, because it's preparing you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is a gym in Texas called Ambush.
Good God.
Yeah.
The name already, man. Like Ambush, like. The fuck?
Pretty much. Shout out to the whole gang of killers at Ambush, no lie. I went there and immediately I saw the different ranges for elbows, knees, punches, kicks. I was like, there are so many variables. And my first thought is like, yep, never doing MMA. That's too much. I'm a thinker, man. It's too much.
See, I was going to ask you, if MMA was in the next in the menu, but you just already answered that.
Everyone asks me that. I'm like, I have no aspirations.
No desire whatsoever.
No, sir.
Okay.
Respect to all the MMA, UFC type guys. Y'all got a lot on y'all plate to deal with.
Oh God. Wow. So explain to me the similarities and the differences between all that type of training between, from Taekwondo to boxing to Muay Thai, because there's got to be a common thread of this is common in the training and this is a little bit different. So what's the compare and contrast with the training between all 3 of these combative arts?
That's a really good question. Thank you, Kim. I would say what I was blessed with was I always tell people I did, even though I dropped out of college, I took that university knowledge, and the first thing I would do is try to relate everything as much as possible.
Right. So
that helped me a great deal, because at the end of the day, it's the work and and I study a lot. I'll watch a lot of fights, and I'll rewind, slow-mo it until I literally see and I can play out what exactly just happened.
Right.
Whether it be a knockout or a good shot, how did that get set up? Okay, what did he do after that? So just taking those tactics and applying it to all the different combat sports, it's helped me stay safe, which is the first priority for myself.
Right.
It's all right, don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
So that, and then it's okay, am I able to be successful off it? Which is, success to me is, can I protect myself and can I entertain? And if I get the dub, great. All 3, all right. That's a good day then.
Was it a difficult transition, knowing that you started from Taekwondo, then you went to boxing, and then you went to Muay Thai? Because although there are some similarities in the approach of combat, there's definitely a lot of, other differences that make up for that.
Yes, it was a struggle. Oh dear God.
Hey, I had to ask, man.
Man, going from being so leg strong in Taekwondo and so fast twitch to completely flipping it to the upper body, man, I respect all my partners because they never told me, but I knew I hit like a bitch. I was like, oh my God.
No.
Like when you hit the bag, you hit a little, like you squeeze a teddy bear, like,
Oh no, jeez.
I'm looking at guys smaller than me just rip, and I'm like, man, should I hit weights or should I? Y'all think it's supplements? And they're like, man, how long were you doing Taekwondo? And like them just reminding me, like, did you start off like dominant in Taekwondo? I was like, absolutely not. They were like, all right, well, this is gonna be the same way, but
right.
I was like, okay, great, cool. For kickboxing, it was a little bit easier than boxing because I can kick, honestly.
Yeah, of course.
So when I feel like they have the better hand-to-hand combat over top me, I just stick to what I know, what I've grown up with, which is kick first. The tricky part about the Muay Thai and kickboxing is definitely like flowing gracefully between the hands and the feet for sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
When did combat Taekwondo come into play? Because I heard that you were associated with it in some way at a certain point.
Mm-hmm. So there was 2 professional Taekwondo leagues that popped out in 2023.
Okay. Yep.
I remember this specifically because 2023, that was when my son was born, and that's when I turned pro. I turned pro in kickboxing first. So right after, I tried to hold out. I was waiting to see is that there was some rumors floating around that they're going to do a pro Taekwondo league. I was like, man, I want to do a pro fight now. That was my way of dealing with my son being about to born. Mm-hmm. I was like, I got to do it now. And my wife was like, what? I was like, you don't understand. It's a fighter thing. Yeah. I didn't even understand it. I'm like, why am I doing Like, I did the prep. I didn't cut any corners. In the back of my head, I was like, why do I need to do this right now?
Right.
But so Combat TKD, they drafted me on their roster. We had a little bit back and forth because I asked them for a fight a lot of times. I did Next TKD was the other one, the competitor. Mm-hmm. So Next TKD, they were, shout out to them. They picked me up immediately, flew me out to California. I ended up fighting a guy that I beat before in Colorado. I beat him off just punches. Colorado is very hard to breathe.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, the altitude and everything. Yeah.
I didn't know what people meant until we started, sparring in there. I was like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, I'm saving my legs because I know I got CJ Nicholas like next if I win this match. So I punch out the guy. I win like 4 or 5-0. I got CJ next. I'm thinking my legs are fresh. Legs are dead. Just damn. Waited. Didn't go well. Shout out to CJ though. I can say I fought an Olympian. That's what's up. But yeah. So next CKD, I fight the same guy that I fought. It's actually way better for him because he's just coming back from World Collegiates. And I'm bouncing between boxing, Taekwondo, kickboxing. So in my head, I just did my pro kickboxing match. I'm like, okay, I'll put the Hogu back on. I'm safe again. And I was, but I'm like, dang, this Hogu weighs.
Oh, God.
All of this gear is heavier than I remember.
Right.
So we had a good night showdown. He took that dub. But I was excited to get paid for something I've been doing since, whew. So that was the biggest. I was happy to be a part of something that was being brought up new for fighters and everything.
Right.
That was a cool experience. So I know Combat TKD, they're still going on. They got my information if they need a fighter from Baltimore. I've reached out plenty of times, but we never. They were supposed to be looking for a fighter for me. Never happened. So. Now I'm just
Combat Taekwondo. You need to call Nate up immediately. This brother's hungry. He stays ready. He is a warrior. He's got that warrior mentality. Just pick up the phone.
We'll
you
give
know,
him a show.
do. Yo, Nate, we got somebody for you. I'm there.
Without a doubt, yes, sir.
So when did you move out to San Antonio, relocate back to Maryland, and what made you want to continue Primetime, the Primetime Club there? You know, what made you say, you know what, it's time to take the show back home and start building there again?
So the wife ended up getting out of military, which I was glad. So she let me know, since I followed her for love to Texas, you know, I had dibs on the next spot. I said, well, we going back home. I always kept tabs on the Maryland scene, and I saw like the Taekwondo scene was like not declining. It just wasn't as much as I remember, you know, when I was here, like it being, we were one of the, we
So
were
it wasn't in its glory like how it was back in the day.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of hurt my heart. Now I got a son, and I'm thinking like, man, if I really get to pick and choose, I want to take him back to where it all started, because you know I got a lot of history, a lot of support, a lot of family here.
Sure.
So if I'm going to give back to the community, why not be the community that raised me?
Right.
Yes.
And now Primetime Club is up and running in the Baltimore area, specifically Roseville. Do you have like a lot of like students and athletes that are going to you and seeking your help and your knowledge?
Yes and no. I have a lot of people that are already fighting that kind of hop into DMs for some tips and tricks,
right,
which I appreciate. It lets me know I know what I'm talking about. People from the places that I work, they keep in touch, and they sometimes swing through just to sharpen up, tighten up. But right now, with me just relocating again to Rosedale, I'm definitely on the I think I got. Honestly, just train my wife and my buddy I went to college with. So I just got 2 right now. A lot of people know me, my specialty is with the youth. So that's really what I'm waiting to go hard with, like starting a strong youth program and taking over the youth scene, and hopefully, eventually, all of the combat sports that I teach at. Okay.
What is your, hopes and dreams currently right now at this point with Primetime Club? Do you want to just stick with the youth? Do you want to reach out like all ages of all generations? Do you want to do strictly Taekwondo, or do you want to do it all with Taekwondo, boxing, and Muay Thai? I mean, where's your thought process at?
My dream with what I've created is that I'm hoping to be busy all day, every day, just teaching and spreading the knowledge, whether it be Taekwondo, boxing, or kickboxing.
Right.
The way I've set up the schedule, all 3 are every day during the week, so everybody can come to their time slot, or if they want to do it all, great, just stick around.
Yeah.
As far as long term, I'm hoping it becomes a staple of Baltimore, like one of those respected, well-known spots that they're friendly, they're cool, but yeah, they work, they're a threat as well. At the same time, I always have a group of competitors, but I also have my people that just want to train, that just love the lifestyle. This is how they stay in shape, get their mental health, and I want them to. My goal is you can't tell who's who. It's like you come in and like, dang, that dude's bad. When's he fight? Like, that guy's about to go to work in 20 minutes. He's just chilling, man. He just loves it. And then of course, my son, as he grows, I'm not going to force him into anything at all, but I'm hoping with the way that we're raising him and he grows up, he takes pride in what me and his mom do. And because he's a boy, I'm hoping he leans more towards my side.
Right.
I will gladly get him started in the combat.
What do you think your program, how does your program like, what sets it apart from the other, trainers and other schools and other programs where they look at your program, they're like, oh shoot, we got to go with Nate here because it's just something about it that I'm gravitating towards that direction.
I think it's a vibe and how I'm able to connect to different individuals. How everyone has their different personalities, and a lot of people have a lot of fear of trying to get into combat because of what they see or just what they assume, rumors, stuff like that. So I've noticed I have a very good gift with like easing people into the art, but not necessarily babysitting them or not sugarcoating anything. Like I've really learned, and that's just experience, like how you work with a beginner compared to how you work with someone that you can tell they want to fight, they know how to fight, it's just not clean.
Yeah.
So I'm really good at like adjusting to the person to help them see like where they could end up with the potential.
Okay. As far as yourself, you being the martial artist, you being the warrior, where do you want to go? I mean, like example, like in Taekwondo, do you want to, do you want to rank up and do you want to, get yourself established more in that respect? Like, going from first to second, do you want to just, stay being a coach? Do you just want to, see what the current trends are and just try to be with the times? Where do you want to go in your personal journey?
So as far as my coaching career, I've always told people that I think I'm way better at coaching than I am at fighting. It's just not really seen as much because I'm always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, coaching and fighting.
Right.
So Taekwondo, I think I know eventually when I have the students that are serious enough to keep going, I think we can really go to a high level because of just at looking at how far I went, and I'm not going to say without trying, but not intending to. Just continuing to work, opportunities were thrown my way, and I took advantage. So as far as Taekwondo, I'm definitely looking to make a big name in the country, honestly. Start off small with Maryland, of course.
Right.
Boxing and kickboxing, the sanctions and the organizations, I am new to. I do have my mentors that I'm sure will guide me into and get me set up with when I'm ready with my own team. But definitely looking to just start small, like conquer Maryland first, see where it goes. As far as me personally in that warrior aspect and that fighting aspect, my wife doesn't believe me, so I hope she's listening, but I honestly have 2 planned fights left.
Really? In terms of like combat Taekwondo or just Taekwondo tournaments or kickboxing or Muay Thai? Where are we going with this?
So what I look at my resume, I've realized there's 2 things that I haven't done that I don't have to, but I would be proud, and I think my son would be proud as he gets older and learns it. I've turned professional in kickboxing and Taekwondo, but I teach boxing. So I have not done a professional boxing match yet.
Oh,
that I'm actually in talks to with my guy Edric. There's a promotional company called Fists and Glory.
Okay.
Out of Texas.
Okay.
We're in negotiations now to make my pro debut January 31st.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you're going to make your pro debut on the 31st of January 2026, where would the fight be geographically?
It would be in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
Yep, so I would be flying out there, going to work, and then flying right back So that's on my to-do list. We still have some paperwork and medicals that I need to get done before it's like confirmed.
Right.
But it's definitely more than a 50% chance that's going to be my next fight. Besides that, so my only 2 goals were the pro boxing debut. I would like to say it would make me very proud to say that I'm a professional in everything I teach. Like, I have the experience.
Right, right.
The other thing would be something overseas. I'm not really too picky. Whatever the first that could come up would be most beneficial for me.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't getting no younger, but
Right, of course.
But yeah, that's my next goal after looking into the pro boxing while my hands are still sharp right now.
Right, for sure. Man, that's pretty awesome that you have, stayed active and stayed relevant and, passing on the knowledge to the next generation, as many a martial artist should, because it's always been like, we learn from our seniors, and when we collect the knowledge, now it's time to pass on that knowledge to the next generation so that they go through the same path that we went through. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, the each one teach one kind of effect.
Definitely.
Right on.
Yes.
And just so that the people know, how old are you right now, man?
I am 32.
And still kicking.
Yes,
and still kicking. Still got a lot of miles on that gas tank.
A lot of people tell me, I tell people, I'll probably finish with Taekwondo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very aware of that Masters division, the 33 and up. But everyone telling me, it's like, man, you can still get them young dudes problems. You can still get jiggy with them.
Right.
I said, we'll see.
Man, as long as you still got a lot of miles in that engine, you can go. You can go. That's just facts. Age ain't nothing but a number. Mm-hmm. So you just kind of have to take that same warrior spirit and mentality that you had for years and put it now on a new emphasis.
Amen.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. And best of luck to you on that. That's what's up.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Well, this is the part of the podcast where I play a game with my guests. Ooh. And it's called the rapid fire. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. It could be like a serious question, a silly question. It could be like, something where it's kind of like, make believe and whatnot. It could be true, false, multiple choice. It could be fill in the blank. It could be anything.
Okay.
So, that being said, Nate Brown, are you ready to take on the rapid fire challenge?
Sir, I am ready.
All right. Best believe that, my boy just entered the ring. We're about to go ahead and start the fight. Ding, ding. Here we go. In no particular order. Between the primary colors of yellow, red, and blue, my favorite primary color is
blue.
Okay. Favorite car?
Ooh, Toyota Avalon.
Okay. Very good. Favorite place that you visited in your lifetime?
Honduras.
Really?
Yes, my wife was stationed there, and she made sure I went out there because I'd never been out the country, and I'll never forget it. So green, like out of a textbook.
Right on. I can dig it. I'm not going to say 3. So let's say name 5 of your favorite martial art movies of all time.
Ooh, man. Okay.
I had to do it to you, man. I'm sorry, brother. I had to do it.
5. Okay. 5 Deadly Venoms.
Okay.
Best of the best.
Yes. Okay.
We only had 2. Oh,
we got 3 more.
Ong Bak.
Oh, yes.
Raid.
Oh, yes. I love Raid.
I need one more. What is the Street Fighter with Sonny Chiba?
Okay. Yeah. Classic.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down with that.
Man, that was a good question.
Yeah, it sure was. Favorite martial art video game of all time?
Tekken.
Really?
Tekken.
I was a Mortal Kombat guy.
Really?
Yeah. Ever since, like, you know, the OG MK came out, like, in the 90s, I just been a fan ever since.
I love them both. I think I chose Tekken because I was better at Tekken.
I'm not mad about that. I'm not. No, I'm not mad about it. I think that you know, both of it, you know, was good for, you know, its time frame. I just think that Tekken probably had a more of an added dynamic where you went 360 with it.
Oh yeah. Right.
Versus MK was like more linear. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, they're both good. It's just a preference thing.
Yes.
I feel that. Okay. That being said, Apple or Android?
Ooh, Android.
Okay. What Android devices do you own?
I have the Samsung Galaxy. I believe it's the S21.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good one. Do you have any Samsung watches, or is that not in your interest?
Now, not really a watch guy.
No. Damn. A lot of people know, because like I know a lot of people, they're just like, you know, because like, especially with my friends, they like, you know, they love their watches for sure, but like, you know, some of them, like if they're Android people, like, man, I just got this new Samsung watch. I'm like, damn, all right, that's what's up. And then, you know, for my Apple people that are iPhones, like, man, I just got this new Apple Watch, and I'm just like, God damn, for real. I mean, I can't stunt because, you know, obviously, you know, I fell into the gap.
Same.
You know, my story is I have a coworker that with the Apple Watch that I have right now, he bought like a brand new one. I think it was like the top of the line, like 11 or something like that. And he was like, "Man, I'll sell you this one right now for $100." I'm like, "Say less." You know, I was in the market of getting one. Now I can just get one for dirt cheap. So you know.
We like the steals.
Yeah, we in there, you know. And if it breaks down, we'll be like, look, I knew I paid $100 for it. I'm not losing any sleep, and I just realized that if I had this watch for that long and I liked it, that motivates me to save up money and pony up to get a new one. Yeah, so
smart man.
Yeah, so I'm not, you know, again, I'm not mad about it, not at all. Favorite video game console?
Ooh.
Because currently, right now, I'm a Nintendo Switch man, about to, you know, save up for a Nintendo Switch 2.
Word. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I've been a PlayStation kid lately. I don't know if it's me transitioning into my dad phase, but I've been real into mobile gaming. Like, I just found out that there's like CPU level games that can be played on the mobile. I'm like, oh, we got the streaming thing going on.
Right.
So this is interesting. So I would say, I'd have to say PlayStation specifically 2 because of just all of that was my era growing up, like middle school, elementary. We were heavy on the PS2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Besides martial arts, what is your favorite sport?
Ooh. This one's gonna throw you off.
Okay.
Badminton.
Really?
Badminton.
Okay. I mean, you know, again, that is a curveball, but I'm not mad at it though. It's a sport.
I got a lot of friends that play tennis, and I've tried to get with it. It's just like as active as I am, I'm like, I'm too lazy to run across that way. But badminton, I like how it floats. I got a little time to whack that thing.
Yeah.
A little bit more peaceful vibe. Me and my wife play a good deal a lot.
Okay. I'm not mad about that. Favorite martial art company that you like to rock?
Ooh.
Because I've seen you wear like a Nike Dobok.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, that's classic. That's, you know, you can't even find that anymore.
Yeah, I got that from a national team member, Sean Clark. Shout out to him. He gave that to me as a gift for helping him prepare for a tournament. But me personally, I was a big Mudo fan. I remember I had a teammate, Joseph Chan, and he had the Mudo helmet, and then we were not the same size head at all. I remember letting him know, I was like, yo, Joe, I purposely left my headgear at a tournament so I could wear the Mudo one. I just wanted to feel cool. And my whole chin stuck out by like a ruler, and I got rocked that day. I won, but I remember he was like, that's why you don't take my helmet.
Oh, God. Yeah. You know, a lot of people that are Olympic Taekwondo based. When I ask them that question about what company you rock with, about a good 90% of them say Adidas.
Really?
Yeah, they feel like Adidas, with their dough box, it's a little bit more comfortable than Mudo. They like the material. They kind of feel like Adidas has been with like Taekwondo since the beginning.
I grew up, as far as gear would go and dough box, we did a lot of dynamics, so I definitely got love for them. But when it came down to the shoes, Adidas was always my first pick. I love the shoes.
Okay, no doubt. Favorite Olympic Taekwondo tournament that you have ever competed in?
Ooh, good question. 2021 Texas State Championships.
Okay.
Man, I didn't realize how on fire I was until afterwards when my coach told me what I just did. We had 2 matches. I won the first one point gap. The second one I won in overtime. And 12 minutes I gave up 1 kick.
One piece of advice that you learned through Taekwondo that still sticks with you today?
Stretch.
That's basic, but that's real.
It really is.
That's almost as basic as saying, keep your hands up.
Hey, sleep, stretch.
I got you. Yeah, no doubt. How important is physical preparation when it comes to Taekwondo tournament? Is it pretty accurate or is it overrated?
I think it's accurate. If you're fighting at that high level, it's accurate. You want to take it serious. You want to prepare the body as well as the mind. But like I said, I thought it was sweet when I did that Cali tournament with Next TKD, because I just did kickboxing. We got gloves and shorts on. I was like, I get to put the Hogu and the gear back on?
Right.
This is a breeze. Little did I know, because I just came from that kickboxing preparation and just jumped right into the Taekwondo. Man, that gear gets heavy if you're not used to it. So while it's there for protection, it can be a setback if you're not trained for it.
Feel that. If there was an open spot to actually try out for the U.S. Taekwondo team for the 2000 and the next Olympics, 2026, would you go for it?
Nah.
Really?
No.
Why is that?
Out of respect for the art. As I know that I've been jumping from Taekwondo to boxing to Muay Thai kickboxing, and I know while I've been, switching in and out, there's been guys that have been down, never left, never got out the dough box, just strictly stayed in. So not that I'm worried about taking that opportunity from them. I'm just thinking a real dog is not going to let me just walk back in and take over everything that he's been working for. So I respect that.
Okay. I'm going to steal this one from another podcaster, Brian Doucette. So shout out to him and the Everyday Martial Artist podcast. We got a lot of love and respect for him. And this is his question that I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
If you could actually build your own Mount Rushmore of martial artists, knowing that there's only 4 slots and 4 faces, who would be on your personal Mount Rushmore of martial arts? It doesn't have to be strictly Taekwondo. It can if you want to. But in martial arts, who is on your Mount Rushmore?
Martial arts. Okay. My Mount Rushmore of martial arts, I'm going to go with Bruce Lee.
My man, yeah.
I'm definitely going to start there.
I'd pick him too.
For the second one, I have to say that my favorite Taekwondo fighter of all time, that would be Paul Green from Great Britain.
Oh.
He's a very quick-legged man, very quick. I want to do one from boxing. My boxing one would have to be Pernell Whitaker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stylistically, always striving to get on that level. Man, was very safe and flashy. Made it look good. And then for my kickboxing one, I'm going to say Holly Holm. That's actually one of my favorite martial artists because we have a similar, not exactly identical, but I like how she was able to have success in boxing, kickboxing, and she went to MMA. I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, she knocked out, Ronda Rousey, but that round kick heard around the world.
Beautiful roundhouse.
I was like, yo.
Textbook.
I literally dropped my beer. I was like, what the hell just happened? What the hell? Like, I wasn't even mad. I was just like, what?
Because that's what Ronda was hot. I remember that.
Yeah,
yesterday.
she was steamrolling over a lot of people, and she thought that she could steamroll over Holly Holm. And then, the one kick heard around the world. I mean,
my goodness.
Man. I thought I saw a two fly out of her mouth. I was like, oh, God.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. You knew it was real when you heard that smack. I was like, whack. Like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Had to throw a female in there, man.
Please, yeah. I'd feel bad if I didn't throw a female in there because then a lot of women would say that I'm probably sexist or something, So I don't want that smoke. I really don't. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Even though I grew up to be a fighter, I'm more of a lover. So y'all, I got love for y'all.
Yes, always.
All right. Well, that said, okay, moving on to the next episode. When you actually train, what is the one music in your hit list that you got to play that gets you going and in the mood?
That's a very good question. It changes, honestly. Of course, I got my rap, aggressive hip hop. Mm-hmm. I honestly play I play it more for when I'm teaching, but a lot of Baltimore club music.
Okay.
That doom, 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 doom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've noticed, even when I took it to Texas, I've noticed something about that genre just makes people move so much quicker than... whether they're beginner or know what they're doing or not, it's that fast beat. They try to match it. I love it. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what I feel like I need work on. If I feel like we need more volume with kicks or punches, okay, I'll turn it up to the Baltimore club. But if I feel like I need to calm down, be more calculated, more of a technician, I might put on some R&B or what is it? The Latin music. I don't even know what they're saying, but reggaeton.
Reggaeton, yeah.
Yes, that. So I like it because it also, when people are coming in, I don't want them to think I know what they might assume. It's he's got the rap, the NWA or something, young boy. But I like having it on shuffle so they can see hey, different moods, different vibes, different stuff to work on.
Right. If you could take on your clone, where your clone just got his first degree black belt, and you were who do you think would win that fight?
Oh man, what's the fight?
It's like a Taekwondo fight.
Oh, he got it.
Oh no!
First degree black belt Nate that just got his black belt. He was a bad man. He didn't know it, but he was pretty sharp.
Okay, I hear you. Favorite boxing company?
Everlast.
Really?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people say Everlast, and then they say other brands like Cleto Reyes, from Mexico, because they think that's a good brand to work with. Other people say Adidas, and then other people say other companies that I can't even name right now, but the top two that I've always heard, Everlast being one of them for sure, and then Cleto Reyes.
So I picked Everlast as a cool story. I was training a guy in Texas. He had a boxing and ITF Taekwondo background. His name was James. Shout out to him. Mm-hmm. And Jesse Leha James, he's a world champion boxer from San Antonio. His boxing gym closes. This guy comes to my garage. That's where I was teaching out of, with a box of stuff. He's like, yo, I just got this from Jesse James' gym. I was like, did you steal it? Like, what? What is this? He was like, nah, man, he just threw it out. So I looked in there. There's all this Everlast stuff. So he was a big Everlast fan. Everlast mitts, Everlast gloves, which I still use to this day. Every time older people see them, they're like, yo, where'd you get those? They don't make those anymore. I'm like,
Right.
Found them.
As for me to know, for you to find out, or to never find out. G15 classified.
You know.
Okay, we got a couple more good questions. If there was ever a dream for you to fight Taekwondo, where would you want to do it, and like what event or what stage?
Oh, finally, an easy one. Okay, I know the place for sure.
Okay.
Definitely would love to go to South Korea and do it there.
Okay.
Honestly, just being there where I know it's so much appreciated, and that's like baseball out here.
Yep.
So honestly, if I ever had the opportunity, I wouldn't care if it's a local or a national competition. I know the smoke there is going to be different.
Yep.
So I really would love to experience that before it's all said and done. Yeah, that's on the to-do list.
Favorite food?
Oh, chicken.
Okay.
Chicken.
Okay.
Barbecue, fried, grilled.
As long as it's chicken. I'm not mad about that. Like, for real.
It's a good bird.
Yeah, it's a good bird. Yeah, and it's healthy. Can't go wrong with chicken.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Protein.
Let's say that you got invited to go to dinner at a very exclusive, awesome 3-star restaurant. And you know that ahead of time you have a table where you can actually invite 3 more guests. Who would you invite? Now, here's the catch.
Okay.
The guests can be either somebody that you know personally or you don't know at all. They can be living, they can be deceased.
Oof.
They can be famous or they can be non-famous. Who are those 3 people?
Man. Honestly, okay. Ooh, plot twist.
Yes, sir. Had to do it.
We're going to have dinner with Bruce Lee.
Oh, I knew it.
Bruce Lee, definitely got some questions over dinner for him.
Yes, okay.
Biggie Smalls.
Ooh, Notorious B.I.G. All right.
Definitely got some questions for him.
Okay.
JFK.
Wow.
Got a lot of questions for him.
Those are 3 different random people of, different worlds.
That'd be a crazy
you have somebody from the martial arts movie industry. You have somebody that was big in the rap game.
Yes.
And you have politics' most famous president ever in American history.
Yes, that'd be a crazy dinner.
I would say so.
I don't think I'd eat.
No, you definitely would ask a lot of questions, though.
Right.
So let's go from one plot twist to another.
Okay.
If you could invite 3 people that you know personally, who are you inviting?
That I know personally?
Yes.
I'm going to invite both my mentors, Greg Shepard, Kwame Ritter, and for the last one, who does not fit in that?
I mean, this is your dinner and it ain't mine.
Brian Singer.
Okay.
Brian Singer. That'd be a fun, cool dinner because they're all fighters in different fields.
Yep.
But they've all helped me in some sort of way in person, like physically get to that and mentally get to that next level.
Gotcha. Feel that. Okay. Like I said, a couple more. If there was a person that came up to you and said, yo, Nate, I'm really thinking about, doing the journey that you did in terms of wanting to train in the martial arts for the very first time, what would you say to them and what kind of advice would you give to them?
My first question would be why, just to make sure that they're they have the right mindset on what they're about to get themselves into. I don't want them to think it was easy or it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
And then the best advice that I would give that person is literally enjoy each day, because especially as it gets harder, if you don't make it fun and enjoy yourself while you're going through this vigorous training, setting goals, you're either two things are going to happen. You're going to burn yourself out, you're going to stop and quit, or you're going to turn yourself into somebody that you really don't recognize. You might get all the talent and all the skills in the world, but I really don't think you're going to like the person that you see you've turned into.
I see. I see. What is the one piece of advice that you were given, and it doesn't have to be martial arts related, that you received that stuck with you to this day, that you're like, damn, that really meant a lot in my life?
Don't be afraid to take an educated risk. That stuck with me definitely in the ring, because sometimes you got to take a chance to create that opening, especially the higher up level that you're fighting at. Guys seen a lot, you've seen a lot, so you got to break out something out of your back pocket. As far as in life, like I said, I could have easily waited my turn and stayed under my instructor that gave me my black belt and waited my turn to take that over from him. But I knew I wanted to do things not non-traditionally, but I wanted to do them a little bit different. So I was happy to take that risk and start my own thing. But it was educated, because I didn't just randomly do it. I just did my homework, my research, and I was prepared, learn more about the business as I go. So I was glad, because in the end, as long as you put your work in, take your notes, have good people in your support, it'll all work out.
How important is mental health?
Man, that's the control center, man. That's the brain. The brain is the first. It's one of my favorite things to say once we get into what we call fight rounds, and that's Taekwondo, boxing, and kickboxing. That third round or those later rounds, we say the brain is the first to go. You're gonna start making sillier mistakes. You're gonna start, you don't want to do it. You want to quit. That mental health, it's got to be first priority, just to make sure you're at peace. You're at peace, or maybe you need to be. I tell people, you should be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because just like you walk outside your house, you don't know what may happen. A lot of people live in this bubble thinking they see stuff on the news, and that won't happen to me. I live in this area, that only happens in that area. But it's real, especially in the world we live in today. You want to keep a strong mental, and I'm a huge advocate, and I feel like living proof that martial arts will definitely keep you on that right path.
Feel you. Last one. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when people look at you, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind, and what do you want people to remember you by?
Oh man. First, not gonna lie, I hope they remember, the lifestyle that I lived. Like, yes, I did a lot of fighting, but I prepared for it the correct way. I hope and honestly, I've been getting a lot of feedback on this, and I appreciate all of it. I hope they see the type of father I am, because I know a lot of people assume and expect me to just throw my son into this life to, carry on something, but that's kind of what motivates me to still carry out my own goals. For all I know, he might want to grow up, be a damn tap dancer. I don't know, the man. He only knows a couple words, but I know whatever he wants to do, I'm going to be hyped like it's a fight. So, as far as myself, I'd like to be thought of as a fighter. As nothing special. I don't like talking about my accomplishments too much, but I do like to refer myself as a problem you have to figure out. I'm not nothing that to easily walk through, and I'm definitely going to test your knowledge as well as your skills as a coach. I hope to strive to be remembered as he was a very detailed, accurate, and just very personable coach, like very relatable to the people.
That's deep. That's real.
Yes, sir. Try.
Yeah, no, wait, hey, try not. You did. So that's what's up. This is the portion of the podcast where I let my guests, kind of, say a few words or last words of wisdom, if they want to give people a shout out, or if they want to promote themselves. By that, promote their own social media pages, their businesses, or talk about the next thing that they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead, give you the mic, let you spit out anything and everything that you want to spit out, no matter how long it takes, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to give you the floor. You go ahead and do your thing.
Appreciate you, Kim. Like I was saying, like we had talked about earlier, I do have that pro boxing fight that I'm currently now training for and getting ready for January 31st. There should be some more details coming out as far as event flyers and more specific how you can stream it, that sort of deal. Besides that, the only thing that I definitely want to promote is my business, my pride and joy, besides my family, my wife and kid. But I built this thing from the ground up. It's been a journey. I love it, and I've never had any negative reviews since 2017. So if you're interested in combat, or you're just looking for a different way of exercise, maybe the whole picking up weights and putting them down thing isn't for you, I can relate. We do a little bit of that too, though. But I strongly encourage anyone to just hit up the Primetime Club. We're on Facebook and Instagram, or you can just go straight to our website, primetimeclub.org. And that is on purpose.org, because I like to think we're an organization, so we're pretty organized. Check it out, hit me up, and I'll get you in as soon as possible to see if this is a good fit for you. As far as shout out goes, I do want to shout out to my wife, my partner, love her, my kid, my son, my 2-year-old Nasir, Mama Dukes. She still got my back, still looking, all my family and friends, my OGs as I refer to them. That'd be just everyone that coached me and helped me become the man I am today, from Victor Batong to Greg and Kwame, who I'm currently working with to get ready for this pro boxing. So I don't forget anyone. Might forget a name, but I don't forget a face. But so shout out to y'all. Love everyone, and I just encourage everyone, whether it be martial arts or not, please stay active, because it doesn't get easier as you get older. Keep moving around. We got plenty of time to eternally sleep in that casket. So stay busy, stay working.
Nate, I mean, just spending time with you and just talking with you, it's really been awesome just to kind of know a little bit of your story, from where you went to where you are now. And I've known you for a hot minute, not like a lot of years, but enough to say that every time that I see you or somebody says your name, I'm like, he's a good dude. He's a real good dude. He's got a lot of goals. He's goal oriented. I know for a fact that once he puts his mind on something, I mean, he is like laser focused on it. And you've always been that type of person. Whether if it's win, lose, or draw, hey, you were shooting your shot and you went for it.
Sure.
If you missed the moon, you were still amongst the stars, and that's the person that always held you on that, in that level of high regard, man. I wish you the nothing but the highest level of success for everything that you want to do. if you want to run this back, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll leave you a skeleton key to the back door, and you can tap me on the shoulder and be like, "Yo, we got some more conversation to do."
Let's go. I appreciate that too much, Kim. Thank you, man.
No problem. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to wrap it up because, all good things come to an end, unfortunately. And, I always hate it when I have to end, an episode, especially with the in-person guest episode, because that's the most fun one that I've ever had. I mean, I do like, interviewing people on Zoom, but there's something about that direct connection, like face to face, person to person, where like they're literally like maybe like 2 feet away from me. It's incredible. It's lovely. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. You would think that almost in 5 seasons almost that we would have the ending down to a science, and we didn't come close. So let's just go ahead and wrap it up. You can find your boy on Facebook. You can go ahead and look up the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. Go ahead and find it and like it and follow it. We definitely would appreciate it. We are on Instagram and on Twitter, now known as X. You can find me under the tag name at TKHPC Experience, all in one word, lowercase letters. Please follow me and I'll follow you back. We are on plenty of podcasting platforms up the yin yang. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. We are also on Audible and on iHeartRadio. Do your boy a favor. Like and subscribe to the podcast on all of those aforementioned podcasting platforms. Now, if you do have Spotify, please give me, your boy, a 5-star ranking. And if you have Apple Podcasts, please give me a 5-star ranking and a positive written review. Because the more times that we get positive written reviews and 5-star rankings on each of those podcasting platforms, i.e. Spotify and i.e. Apple Podcasts, then the podcast is going to go right out to the front lines and people will notice it. So somebody could be like, "Yo, the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. I remember Bob was telling me about that the other day. He said we should like it, we should follow it, we should check up on it." Yes, please, and do us a favor. Tell your friends, your family members, your co-workers, share it with them, share it on your social media, because sharing is caring. It's what we call in the business brand awareness. So the more awareness that we, get all around, no matter how we do it, it's good. It's really good. Now then, that being said, if you want to be a special guest, if you want to be a special guest host, if you have any constructive criticisms, or if you have a question for my Q&A form, which I do on my solo episodes, please email me at the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience at gmail.com. Whatever the subject is, put it in the subject box. In the body of the email, write whatever you need to write and send it out. And with a day or two, I'll definitely take a look at it and I will respond back, because I do like that type of, communication and correspondence. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, please be safe out there, because it doesn't do us any good if you do anything that you're not supposed to do and you land yourself in a pine box and get buried 6 feet under. We don't want that to happen to you. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be happy. We want you to be successful. We want you to be striving in a very good way in your life, because you deserve it. You deserve that and a whole lot more. And if somebody says that, you can't do it, you're not worth it, you're not going to succeed, you literally can give them the middle finger and go tell them to go, fuck themselves for real, because, life is too short for negativity, and I would just like to, say, what, I ain't got time for you. I do got time for, making my progress happen and to keep moving forward in the right direction without your evil energies. So that's it. So that being said, I do want to thank my guest, Coach Nate Brown for stopping in. Again, he's a good brother. He's a good dude. He works hard. We will put his information out there on the show notes when it comes to not only his website, but his social media pages. That you can find him like on Primetime Club on Instagram and stuff like that. We will make sure that you stay in the loop with him, so that if you want to follow him, see where he's going, maybe even contact him, that's the way to do it. So that being said, for the one time here over at the KU Dungeon in Annapolis Junction, Maryland, this is your boy Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, the host with the most, the man with the plan, the guy that can bring the power within the hour, and the dude with the right attitude, saying thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you for just, wanting me to succeed. Because I've always said, I do this for you guys. I don't just do it for myself. I do it for you guys. This is much your podcast show as it is mine. So, let's help each other to build successes, to build the dream, and to make it happen. And I promise you, the reward is going to be at the other side of the finish line. You just got to cross it. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am out the door. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your love. And your boy's back. He never left. He just took a hiatus for his health, but he's back. And we're going to be making more content here on the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. It's been lovely. It's been awesome. But I got to go, y'all, because, it's about that time. And I got to do what I got to do. Y'all take care. Y'all be easy. Please be safe. And I love y'all. We are out here. Peace.